Top 3 forbidden magic words that make women fall for you. Have you ever stopped to think about the impact words have? Like, really? The way you speak can be the turning point between winning someone over or being completely ignored. This isn't just some random talk. Our brains are wired to respond to certain words, almost like shortcuts to our deepest desires and dreams. So, if you think you can just open your mouth and say anything, you're letting a powerful tool gather dust. Think about this. A simple "you're really good at that" can make someone's day, while "this will never work" can kill the vibe instantly. In the world of attraction, this dynamic is even more intense. You know those words that spark the imagination and create curiosity? Yeah, they light up the parts of the female brain linked to empathy. And this is where most guys screw up. They think being good-looking is enough. No, buddy, the game starts with what you say. Now, don't confuse this with memorizing cheesy movie lines or throwing out pickup lines like you're auditioning for a bad rom-com. None of that. Women value guys who are authentic. People who know how to use words to show emotional intelligence. Once you learn this, it's like having a VIP pass straight to their mind and heart. And the craziest part? It's not a gift, it's a skill. Yes, you can learn it. Ever been in a situation where the conversation's flowing, and then suddenly dead silence? Awkward vibes, zero connection? Often, the problem isn't your looks or confidence, it's what you said. The truth is, certain comments can come off as desperate or even arrogant. And the saddest part? Most guys don't even realize they're sabotaging themselves. For instance, saying something like, "I'm not like other guys" may seem harmless, but it comes across as, "Please validate me." That screams insecurity. And complaining about everything or being the negative guy? Even worse, no one wants to hear about your life being an endless soap opera. Another classic mistake? Overdoing it to impress. You know those conversations that feel like used car commercials? "I'm amazing. Look at all these features." Bro, authenticity is everything. When you try too hard, you're basically showcasing your insecurities. Result? You lose points before you even get a chance to gain any. Want to avoid these traps? Listen more, talk less. Seriously, this makes all the difference. And when you do talk, keep the conversation light and fun. Like a casual exchange, not an interrogation or a talent show. Small adjustments can change the game. Curious about how to use the right words and become a master of conversation? Stick around. Things are about to get good. Word number 1. Imagine. Picture this. You're in a casual conversation, and you drop a phrase that makes her feel connected to you on a whole new level. It feels like magic, but it's not. The word imagined is the secret. When you say "imagine if," you're literally inviting her to create a world where it's just the two of you. It's like playing a movie in her mind. And guess who's the lead? You. The trick here is simple. A woman's imagination is a powerhouse. It's detailed, emotional, and loves exploring different scenarios. When you say something like, "Imagine being in a place where nobody knows us," or "Imagine your perfect day," you're lighting up her creative spark. And the best part, it creates a vibe of partnership because you're building something together. But don't just throw "imagine" around randomly, like a robot with preloaded phrases. Context is everything. In a lighter moment, say something like, "Imagine a trip with no set destination. Where would you go?" It's way more interesting than asking what she likes to do in her free time. You're taking the conversation out of the ordinary and making her feel special. Now, hold up. The word "imagine" alone isn't a magic wand. You have to pay attention to her responses. That's where the gold is. What she visualizes tells you what truly matters to her. Got it? Good, because the next word is even more powerful. It's time to turn up the heat. Word number 2, discover. Now think about this. What if there was a word that created an irresistible sense of mystery? Something she couldn't ignore. Well, that word exists, and it's discover. Simple and effective. When you say discover, you're activating a mental switch everyone has: curiosity. It's like she has to know more because you left something unsaid. Women love the idea of mystery, stepping out of routine, and exploring new things. Saying something like, "You still need to discover what really makes me smile," or discovering how you'd react to certain things would be fun, draws her in without her even realizing it. It's a subtle, but very intentional invitation. And the best part, she'll feel special because she's uncovering something about you. The key is using Discover to spark her curiosity without coming across as cocky or sleazy. Instead of spilling everything about yourself, try something like, I have a favorite spot in the city, but you'll have to discover where it is. It keeps things light, mysterious, and playful. And there's more. Discover can also take the conversation to a deeper level. Ask something like, what do you think you still need to discover about yourself? Not only does this show you're not just some shallow guy, but it also creates an emotional connection that goes beyond surface level chatter. Ready for the next word that'll level up your game even more? Let's keep going. Word number 3, if. Have you ever thought about the power of this tiny word? If might be small, but it's like a golden ticket to take any conversation into a whole new universe. When you drop an if, it's like opening a door to possibilities that make her imagination run wild. It's that little nudge that transforms a regular chat into something exciting and full of connection. For example, what if tomorrow was the last day of your vacation? What would you do? Or what if you could live anywhere in the world? Where would it be? See the magic? If makes her visualize amazing scenarios, and if you play it right, you can even put yourself into those scenarios. This trick builds a sense of partnership, creating an emotional connection that goes beyond the surface. The secret? Context. Don't throw out random if phrases like a magician at a kid's birthday party. The idea is to use them at the right moment to spark her imagination. A simple example, what if we took a road trip with no destination? Where would we start? This shows creativity and makes the conversation interesting without feeling forced. But don't overdo it. Don't make if your only move. The key is dropping it at just the right moment to make the conversation more engaging without sounding rehearsed. Got the hang of it? Great, because now we're going to talk about how to use this without sounding artificial or manipulative. Look, having the right words doesn't mean much if you deliver them like a used car salesman. Women have an incredible radar for spotting when someone is trying too hard or pretending to be something they're not. So the key here is simple: be genuine. Your intentions and natural delivery have to go hand in hand. It all starts with why you're saying what you're saying. If your goal is real connection, that'll come through in your tone, your smile, even your body language. But if you're just there to use a technique without paying attention to the moment, forget it. She'll pick up on that instantly, and your credibility will crumble. One more tip: congruence is everything. If you say, I love adventure, but you look like you wouldn't cross the street without a map, she'll know something's off. Authenticity isn't about being perfect. It's about being real. When your words and actions align, you automatically come across as more interesting and trustworthy. And remember, less is more. Don't try to be the most impressive guy with every sentence. Instead, create small, genuine moments. Ask questions that show real interest and guide the conversation in a light, pressure-free way. The secret is simple. She needs to feel in control of the interaction while you subtly drop the right cues. Ready to see these words shine in action? Stay tuned. There's more coming. Knowing what to say is half the battle, but knowing when to say it is what separates boys from men. The impact of magic words depends entirely on context and timing. If you throw out what if in the middle of a shallow conversation or use discover in a super serious chat, it can feel awkward, or worse, come off as forced. That's why understanding the rhythm of the interaction is essential for leaving an unforgettable impression. Think of it like this: are you at a bar or a coffee shop? The vibe is casual, so Discover works perfectly for lighthearted banter about her hobbies or interests. On the other hand, if fits better when the conversation gets a bit deeper, like dreams or places she's always wanted to visit. It's all about reading the environment and understanding her mood. Choosing the right word at the right time can turn an ordinary chat into something memorable. Another important factor is the emotional tone of the conversation. If she's sharing something personal or vulnerable, using Imagine can help ease the vibe and explore her feelings in a gentle way. Conversely, during a more playful chat, Discover keeps things fun and adds that touch of curiosity. Adapting your words to the mood not only makes the conversation flow, but also shows that you're genuinely paying attention. The key is not to force it. Let the words flow naturally as the conversation progresses. Pay attention to the setting, her tone of voice, and her body language. When you nail the timing, you create a connection that not only grabs her attention, but also leaves an emotional mark that lasts well beyond the conversation. Got it? Great. Now let's move on to the finishing touch. Knowing how to use magic words is just the beginning. The real power lies in turning your conversation into something impactful, something she'll remember when she talks to her friends. This goes beyond just saying the right phrases and ventures into creating a unique experience where you make it clear you're different from any other guy she's met. An unforgettable conversation starts with the ability to listen. Yes, listen. When you pay attention to the details and value what she shares, the conversation gains depth. For example, if she talks about a dream, you can say, "Imagine where you could be in 5 years if you follow that path." This shows you're tuned into what matters to her, rather than just trying to impress her. Also, don't underestimate the power of nonverbal communication. The tone of your voice, the way you smile, strategic pauses, all these amplify the impact of your words. When you combine sincerity with a touch of mystery and humor, you create a dynamic that holds her attention effortlessly. It's this balance that makes you memorable long after that encounter. Finally, remember, it's all about practice. You don't have to get it right immediately. The key is to improve a little with each interaction. Over time, combining these words with authenticity and presence will become second nature. That's when your communication becomes a powerful tool, not just to attract, but to build real, lasting connections. Imagine having in your hands the secret to making any woman fall deeply in love with you. Yes, it's real, and it's within your reach with the obsession method. This revolutionary method promises something few can achieve, awakening a desire so deep and irresistible that she'll want to be by your side without hesitation. No complicated tricks, no radical changes, just a precise set of techniques that naturally and powerfully ignite female desire. Picture what it would be like to know you can win over anyone you want without relying on luck or frustrating attempts. With the obsession method, you don't need to be the most handsome or the richest guy. All you need is access to the step-by-step process for creating this intense and passionate connection. It's time to turn this promise into reality and join a select group of men who've discovered the true secret to attraction. Click the link below in the comments and start making this change today. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and don't forget to check out the next video playing on your screen.